few moments later.
Cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go. I'm watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. Yeah, I don't mind the path that I had to walk, and I don't mind all those words that I had to talk, and I don't mind all those flings that I had to fling, and some of those words I spoke I just had to sing. I just had to bring the best that I had to give, and being tested by these blessings that I had to live, changing dressings on the scars that I had within. It's a daily operation, you just gotta grin before it gets too grim and life pins you in. You gotta think like a shark and show your fins, whether alone in the dark or with an audience. Believe you're the hottest commodity since the iPhone lobotomy. You follow me? I'm hoping probably. I'm talking openly and don't know where the road could be. The crosshairs, the red dot, or the poison drip. So take a message from this song, that's all I have to give. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. They leave you in the rain, then hang you out to dry. I wonder how so many people get by. And then one day you wake up and start to realize that anyone you know could be called up at any time. Can't press rewind, can't flip the tape, so might as well not live in the past and dwell on hate. People talk strange shit to get to the gate, and if you know me well, you know I call them doors of fate. I take what I need, but not too much. I never open the door if the handle was hot to the touch. You gotta find an alternate way out of the flames. They want you in the spotlight, they want you just to take the blame, but all the same, it's like a wheel with these fucking hipsters. Instead of more rappers, we could use more active listeners. But I don't mind that a lot of things are actually happening, cause I'm a music slave and this is what I'm coming strapped with. Cause I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Indoor Farmer, number 88 for you guys tonight. It's Monday again, and I know some of you find it hard to be motivated on Mondays, so as I always say, new week, new you, right? Just like New Year, new me, right? Just like the same thing. Why not? And today is 6/5/2023. You guys, thanks for joining us. I already have a lot of people in the chat hanging out and tagging people. Appreciate that because we have awesome guests tonight for you guys. We have two awesome guests. Plus, as always, we have in our co-pilot chair, we got Siir SteveO in the house.
Hey,
What's up,
hey,
brother?
everybody. Hey, how's it going, Waylon? Hello, everybody. Welcome to a great show tonight. We've got a lot in store for you. So make sure you tag people and let them know. Do them a favor. But what are you
Yes,
up to
yes.
tonight? How's it been today,
Thank you,
Waylon?
thank you. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Having a good day, other than one little snafu, a video that I was trying
Oh,
to
no.
upload, didn't want to upload, but that's all right. It's neither here nor there. We got a lot of stuff packed in for you tonight. We have our musical guest Jeremy Vance coming up for that musician intermission I came up with. You guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Musician intermission. That's what I'm working on the name of it. And then of course we have our certified segment coming up after that. And
That's right.
tonight we're working on a new sort of a thing that I'm working on here. I should call it something more than a thing eventually, but we're going to have a special guest that we will do an interview with, but he's going to hang out with us during our first two segments and the musician intermission as our third chair. He's gonna chime in with a little bit of his thoughts and knowledge as we pontificate, and that would be none other than our friend, your friend, everyone's friendly neighborhood, Ash Groves. Ash, brother, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Good
Appreciate
evening.
it.
Good evening.
So,
evening.
Ash, this will be a little different for you, I think. I don't know how often you've even been an interviewee on a show. Do you know?
A handful of times, a small
Okay.
handful of times. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is different. So this is third chair, man. You're like riding shotgun with us as we blast through our little review and stuff, and then hang out on our. It's low key, guys. A musician intermission is also a good time to get that medicinal moment in there. So that's what we do for that time as well. And that's gonna be coming up in about 25 minutes. So stick around for that, everybody. Make sure you tag and share, like SteveO said. Thank you very much for all those interactions. It helps us immensely. Now, real quick, SteveO, I should have asked you to do this before. So I want to test this out.
Okay.
Ash, if you want to try maybe just your Ash Grows account, see what happens if you use the new option. If you find it, it's in the settings, I believe, on the computer. On the phone, it's the three dots. But it gave me this option when I went up on the Fire in the Hole live the other day. And it gave me this option, and a lot of other people confirm this, where it says you can add your profile right into the live from your side. If you want to mess with it while I'm showing this video, it'd be cool to see if it works. A little bit of a experiment, guys. Grassroots was in the house. Yes, thank you for stopping by, Grassroots. He was awesome. He's like, yeah, man, he wants to get in on this too. So I'm thinking we're actually going to give him his own episode, hopefully next week or any week that he can. We'll talk about it, get him up in here too. So yes, everybody, thank you for stopping in. I don't have time to go through all the comments, but we will read some of those later on. There's a lot. We got so much packed in tonight. So I don't know if anyone remembers this, but Ash actually won my cup bong that came from Silver Fox, and I've had it for a little while, and we're thinking about what we could do with that. So we may end up trying to give that away tonight. We might get caught up in the thick of it, so who knows if we'll get to that. But that's the idea. We're going to try and give that away because he wants to re-gift that. Ash doesn't do a lot of flower. He doesn't do a lot of bongage, so I would like to see it get used with somebody. And I might even do this just as a challenge to you guys throughout the show here. Once we get to that interview with Ash and we work on the cup bong at all, I might throw in a shirt as well, Indoor Farmer shirt. If we can get it up to, I don't know, what do you guys think? We're at 16 right now. We can get to 50 probably. I wouldn't see why not. Let's say I want to make it a little bit of a reach. If we can get to 60 people, in here by then, even if we're just for a minute, if I can see it happen, I'm going to throw a shirt in with the cup bong that's coming from me, so it's same ship anyway, so that'll work out. That's just a little challenge to you guys. No big deal. A little bit of fun for you. So without further ado,
as
Oh,
well. If
you
that's
know, I
possible.
knew it. I knew this guy would do
Yeah.
something like this. Come on now.
Of course, I know that the cup bong is, you're gonna have to ship that out regardless, and
True.
um, even though I would love to have a whale in the indoor farmer little memento reminder on the desk at all times, I think it'd be
We'll get
great
you something. Yeah.
to push it forward. Yeah,
We'll come
maybe
up with something. Maybe like a bobblehead. Maybe I'll come out with a bobblehead. That'd be fun. First can of
oh my
fam.
goodness.
I'll wear the Grow Fam shirt. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Oh my gosh. The whale in the indoor farmer bobblehead. I would
Yes,
get one of you, one of
Oh,
SteveO.
you
I'm
know I would
totally
have.
writing that down.
Could you imagine just a big
Bobblehead.
bearded head just bobbing around next to Waylon? We would look like a couple of funny guys, that's for sure.
Oh,
I know,
real
right?
quick, I want to point out
Unless you
before
do
you say what
Steve's.
you wanted to put in there, I do have other things I have to mail out. I have a list here. I'm going to read that off later, just to kind of put it out to make sure I know everybody. You guys aren't missed. It's difficult. I don't want to get off on subject, but working with the pirate shipping, and I was talking to you, Steve-O, so I'm like trying to figure that out, which type of box to use when, how heavy, and things like that. So it's something I'm getting into, but I'll get there, guys. I promise. Just trying to do it a little bit cheaper, and everyone says they save a lot of money there. So let's see if I can do that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for all those tags. Very much, thank you. 24, we're halfway, almost halfway there. Almost halfway there. All right, so I only have a couple minutes of video. I'm going to pause it a couple times. I had a 30-minute video that just would not upload. Touche. It was actually, I'll just explain it real quick. Last week, Steve-O, we did a live transplant of my two normal size plants that are
Right.
inside in soil. Did a live
Yes, sir.
transplant of those, and I fully watered in and did a trim of one. But then we went ahead and ended the episode, and so I went ahead and did the other half, just recorded. It was about a half an hour's worth of work. Did more trimming and stuff, and then I also added in a humidifier, which I did not have near my plants. It's like in the corner of the basement, so I thought, is it going to do any good? Well, it can still humidify an area, right? It's still going to do some good. It's just not great because it's just wide open. So I still did that, and that's all the video was. So this video is actually mostly outside, guys. I actually have a little bit of a homage to Ash Grows in this towards the end. I'm putting myself out there with this, guys, at the end of this video,
Ooh.
just so you know. Putting myself out there, but I'm trying to challenge myself as well, too. So here we go. This is my plant that's outside. So Ash, I think we talked about this. You saw it before. And Steve-O, I think, agrees. I'm going to have to transplant. I'm going to have to take that little one and probably move it. Now, I don't know. Maybe I should take the big one since it's healthier and less traumatized by the transplant. I don't know. What do you fellas think?
I would definitely I would leave the little one, or sorry, I would leave the big one in there because she's happy, she's well
looking so
established. Her
good.
roots are probably
Yes, it
really
is.
well established.
I agree.
And it'd be
And
a lot
you could
easier, a lot
even-
less mess to pick up the little one.
Yeah, you could transplant the little one if you want, or you can just train her out to grow.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take a wider picture, but that fence is actually going to be moved about 3 feet further away. Because I have more yard that I have to dig, and then I could actually put a fence in and stuff all my own. So I have room to play with, but unfortunately the dogs really love this area, as you're going to see. Steve-O already knows well the rambunctious husky that I have.
Mhm.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Mead in the house.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going, buddy?
I left the audio in on this
look
one.
Look how big she is. Oh, she's a big girl, but look how big she is.
Aw.
Who's a good girl? Look at this.
So, okay, I'm going to mute it now. There's 11 leaves on there. That's the most leaves I've seen, guys. This is turning out to be like the best plant I've ever had, and it's a literal accident. It was a volunteer seed from last year. Yeah, 11 leaves.
Wow.
Are you seeing sex signs at all?
No, I'm not seeing any bad signs. I should get you a little closer video or a picture of it for you guys, but I'm not seeing pistils or balls or anything. Look at this runt over here. Wah, wah, wah. it gets plenty of sun, but it's just kind of a run.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is that. There's a still for size difference. So yeah, it's getting there, but it's also got that one shooting up. I'm really considering taking a clone off of this just because of how good it looks, and that top I could top it, and
I
just
would
take that
certainly
clone.
top it. I
Hmm.
would get the little one out of there, just
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
her some more space, and then top this other one. You could make a bunch of little clones off of her if you wanted. I mean, if you don't know if it is a female or not, so
Yeah, I should wait, I guess, but it's already pretty far into veg, I guess, but it still has months of veg time.
your daughter
So,
cruise.
yeah. So here's me trying to get some space in my backyard. You see how you say, like, pay attention to the dirt spaces or the worn out spaces. It's because there's so much shade. But I did climb with a tree. It was not the safest thing, but I climbed trees as a kid a lot. So I felt like I could do it. I climbed all the way up to there where you see that rope coming down, and there's more to cut down, obviously. Now there's a box there for kind of size, so that's kind of like a low space in my yard, and that you see all the dirt. It's because there's no grass growing because there's all the shade. So I'm cutting down so much of these trees. I'm just gonna chop them. I'm gonna save a bunch of it. I'm gonna use a bunch of it as like yard waste, going into like filling in the yard and filling in that gully, trying to help backstop the yard being washed away, and then also adding more sun in order to like let more stuff take root and help hold the yard in there. So it's kind of a long-term project, but I'm sort of just using, kitchen waste and yard waste and anything I have. We talked about it a little bit, Ash, before, but it's starting to come together. But I have a little bit of a pile of logs now from all the tree cutting. There's a low angle just to show you guys like how it dips down right there. That's just a bunch of like waste and leaves and ash and stuff right there in that center hole. Anyway, there's a rose that's coming in, so there's enough sun for some things. A couple of them, you see all those holes in the
Nice
in the
color on
leaves.
that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks.
isn't it funny? It's like a single, and it's huge. This thing is like 3 feet tall.
You could take some
Um,
cuttings and make yourself some bushes, right?
that's what I'm thinking of doing. So I was thinking I could get into that game big time, especially in farmers markets and flower shops. I have like 3 different types of rose bushes. You guys have already seen 2 of them. I have another one, I think mini roses. I could start propagating rose bushes, I think, pretty easily, especially with the aquaponics. Aquaponics is basically a cloning machine, just using natural products like natural microbes. So it's, I don't know, it's definitely something I'm going to be looking into. The rose bushes are lucrative, but I want something that's more edible, right? I'm trying to push to, because I want to save some of my own money paying for food. Now this, okay, guys, I have no idea what this thing is. Saw the thing at a park, and I got a little video of it. Tell me a spider didn't have a baby with a scorpion, please. Someone tell me this. I could probably look it up somewhere, but
Oh
it
boy.
kept coming at me, guys. It literally kept coming at me. It's like, what is happening here? It just like, it's the size of like my fingertip, but like, yeah, I swear the thing was talking
Oh,
and like looking at me.
it's a camel spider. Look it up real quick.
That's a camel spider
Yeah, those little camel spiders.
in the
Or
U.S.
trust
Okay,
me,
I've seen camel spiders in Iraq, but I didn't know.
that's a bit. They were probably huge.
Yeah, much bigger. But this thing. I followed him for a minute. Now, okay, I want to warn you guys. I think right after this video is the it's a scary. It's the scarier piece of this video, guys. I'm doing a little bit of a before, trying to work out, trying to get healthy, just like our friend Ash here. He's always doing these motivational Mondays. That's why I kind of alluded to it earlier. But I'm taking a page from Ash's book. He showed off what he's looking like as he's going through his journey. So you're about to see a little bit more of me that you might have wanted to see. SteveO and all, guys. SteveO and all coming up. Tag him in. No.
Hey,
So
hey.
I got a ways to go. Looking like a weirdo there. Need a tan, but hey, that's okay. That's all right. I got Got some work to do, guys. Got some work to do. That's me. That's my before picture. That'll be my,
Proud
Are
of
you
you,
taking a
Waylon.
weekly picture, Ash?
Likewise, man. Yes, I am taking a weekly picture.
Okay.
Even if it's good, if it's bad, I mean, there was 2 weeks that there was literally nothing there, so I
Didn't really
felt a little
matter.
bad
Right.
about that. But you got to own it, whether it's Oh, I
Mhm.
just saw that. Wayne just said it in the comment section.
Right.
I wasn't very happy, and Waylon, that's not bad. That's not a bad start at all. And I can't say I had a bad start either. So, you're gonna you got to own it. You're gonna crush it. You already know what you have to do.
Yes,
You're a
sir.
motivated and driven person. I believe in you. I have
Just
nothing
putting
but
it
faith.
out there. Yeah.
Well,
So,
Waylon,
Steve,
I want to say, man, I'm proud of you. I know that that's something that you've been, thinking about and everything doing. And the Motivational Mondays is a great time to do that. And I do got to say, today's Motivational Monday, oh, I mean, it had to have been your masterpiece. That was great.
it was
I
pretty good.
really, really felt like we needed to hear that. Thanks, man. That's
Well,
good. Good
Well, I
job.
appreciate that. Just hearing that, and a few of the other pieces of feedback that I got from some other people. If that's what it does, I know for some folks it might be like a little sour taste in their mouth just after hearing kind of most of the Motivation Mondays. How I'd say sometimes it's just a little too positive and stuff like that. But in life, that's not everything you get. So
Hmm.
you need to have that sort of information, or else it's dangerous for you not to just let everybody kind of walk on you to talk shit behind people's back. It's dangerous. As long as you hold it with class and you can present it in a way that doesn't make yourself look bad or whatever. I
Hmm.
think that it's okay. I
Tactful.
was
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, I tell you what, I like a couple things about it actually, and not just that, but the way you do it is that it's relevant. It's not just, it doesn't sound like a cookie cutter, horoscope reading. It doesn't sound, you made it relevant to sustainability. You made it relevant to farming. You made it relevant to real shit. Like all of that, just like everything was connected, and that's what I
Hmm.
liked about it. It was funny. So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
do great reels. Like when I do reels, it's like just trying to be informational. Like the other day, I tried this. Those I don't know, you guys. Some of you might have seen us from Memorial Day. The start of the reel was me going, and then I started talking to the camera. I was like, "Hey, everybody! I just wanted like, hey, it's me, Waylon." And I was like, see, and actually got some more clicks. It's funny because people see that first few seconds and they, what's going on here, right? So, but anyway, we have a guest, guys, in the backstage. He's been waiting patiently, getting his guitar tuned up. We did a sound check before the show, so that was the first musician to come in for that. I appreciate him for that because I think all of them should pop in for a minute, check things out, and then they can come back. But I want you guys to hopefully share it out, tag your friends for this musician intermission coming up here. Jeremy Vance going to play for us, and I want you to hopefully put some hearts and fire emojis in the comments for him because we want this musician intermission to take off because we want to pump up the musician, but we also want to connect music to all of us since we know it's been around since we've been around. So I know I keep saying that to some of you that keep watching the show, but you got to remember we're live on other platforms too now, guys, and a lot of new viewers seeing us on the Rumble. So definitely want to have to repeat myself here and there. We're about 4 minutes early, but that's all right. Looks like Jeremy is ready, right, brother? Give me a thumbs up. All right, we are ready.
All right, ready
Okay,
to
so
go.
since we have our third chair, we're gonna play little boxes on the side. Jeremy will be the big box, but we are gonna mute this time, okay, Steve-O, because I want to make sure we give him all the audio that we can. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna make something fun for the screen here some point, guys. Musician intermission. Da, 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 I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get grassroots in on it sometime. Talk about that next week, maybe. All right, so we're gonna go small boxes. Jeremy coming in, guys. Jeremy Vance, go right
Howdy,
ahead, brother.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeremy Vance. I want to thank the Indoor Farmer for letting me play. Scream at y'all for a little bit. I'm just a local indoor 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 farmer, local open micer. I'll do a few covers for you. First song's a Chris Knight song. It's called Homesick Gypsy. It's about being out on the road. Pour my soul to my song, playing for the people all night long. I work hard for my money, I want it now. Don't make me have to tear this juke joint down. I'm a homesick gypsy. I was born moving down the line. I'm a homesick gypsy. I ain't home till I leave you behind. I'm as hard as a white oak tree, marked on the road in 3-day sleep. I got a girl in every town I play. So I'm missing the one I had yesterday. I'm a homesick gypsy. I was born moving down the line. I'm a homesick gypsy. I ain't home till I leave you behind. You behind. You behind. My worst nightmare standing still. Gotta get my picks and those rolling wheels. When I die, don't you dig no hole. Scatter my ashes where a strong wind blows. I'm a homesick gypsy. I was born moving down the line. I'm a homesick gypsy. I ain't home till I leave you behind. You behind. You behind. It's Homesick Gypsy. Y'all like that? I got a few more for y'all. We'll go from there. The cover is pretty popular lately, but I do it a little different, so see if you guys like it. Now I remember when I lost my mind. Something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo, so much space. Ooh. Now you're out there, down caring, now out of touch. One constant no, really thinking you're too much. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Possibly. No, that you are having the time of your life. Just think twice. Throw only advice. Come on, who do you think you are? Ha ha, that's your soul. Really think you're in control? No, I think you're crazy. I think that you're crazy. Man, I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the heart to lose and I've had hard to live. All I remember is thinking that I want to be like them. And ever since I was little, looked like fun. No coincidence, I'll come. Now, darling, I'm done. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah, I think I'm crazy. Probably. Yeah. And that's a CeeLo Green song. You know me, I do a lot of country, so that's kind of out of my comfort zone, but
That was awesome.
it came out quite good for me. I like it. Where we go from here? We do a little Devil Makes Three. Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit. This is a Tyler Childers song. It's in the wrong key. You remind me of a Sunday back home in old Kentucky. The church choir just built into the pine. And I love you like the mountain blows away a morning over. The soft and bright, written from the sun. If make you stay, wouldn't act so angry all the time. I wouldn't keep it all inside. I'll let you know how much I love you every day. Darling, won't you stay right here? Take this frost off of my bones. Well, I used to ride a Mustang, and I run that thing on high hope. They raised the price of cream so high I couldn't pay. And I let that car just sit there when I should have took you driving. With the windows down while the music played. So if it make you stay, wouldn't act so angry all the time. I wouldn't keep it all inside. I'll let you know how much I love you every day. Darling, won't you stay right here? Take this frost off of my bones. Darling, won't you stay right here? Take this frost off of my bones. I didn't say get a time before I started that one. Let's shake the frost. Where are we at on time? I still got time for another one?
That's
Impressive.
you're good. You've met your obligations, but
Yes,
if you
sir.
want to play one, you can. But otherwise, you're good to go, brother.
That's up to you guys.
Well,
You did a wonderful job. I want to tell you,
yeah.
I think that you have a great voice, and
I appreciate it. Thank
you keep it up, man. You're gonna do good things, and you be proud of yourself.
Encore.
Maybe next time I'll bring you some original.
A lot of people are. I think some other people would. So yeah, definitely. We'll bring you back on, brother. We'll definitely bring you back at some point.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Now I have been doing this, so if you want to hang out with us as one of the boxes, you're welcome. I don't know if you're interested in growing and plants and sustainability and stuff, but that's what this is all about. But you're welcome to go.
So you guys just keep it up.
You can appreciate that much, though. Then okay, good, excellent, guys. Go follow our friend Jeremy Vance here.
Thank you.
As it says here, he's an open micer. But you know what? He's got a hell of a voice. I thought. What did you guys think? I saw a heck of a lot of fire emojis and hearts and roses. Hell, people, I think Josh combs through his panties at you at some point in the comments.
Right.
There.
I appreciate the love.
It was good.
Panties, but I appreciate the love. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thanks,
bro. Have a great night.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, man.
That's great, Waylon. You know, you had another, number 88, the indoor farmer tonight, and here you are with another great musical guest for us, and that's a really good intermission. I really like it.
I like it too because, man, I did about 6 dabs of these fine premium True Leaf extracts over here. I think I'm smoking on. I think I lose track at some points, but this Gorilla Rec really gets me wrecked, I think. So it's very good. But we have now, guys, right after that intermission, we're back to work here, back hard at it, as our friend is with...
Be advised, the following content is rated S for certified.
The certified segment,
everybody. It's time. It's time for the certified segment. This week, due to the tragedy of last week with the plants, we're still going to we're going straight into it this week with a little informational video. I had some patients that needed some FICO, some full extract cannabis oil, and I decided that I was going to make some for myself, and I thought that it would be cool to maybe show you guys how I do it real quick. It's really not that hard. I know I've shown you in the past how I made the actual alcohol tincture, and I'm going to get this brought up here for you.
I've never made FICO, never had FICO, so I'm definitely interested in your method here. Jimmy says, "Nice, SteveO."
Yeah. I'm trying to do that thing that you taught me there, but give me just
okay. That's okay. Jeremy says, thanks for all the love, everybody. Yes, guys, appreciate you. We've got 30 people in the house. You got about 10-ish minutes or so before we're going to be pelting our man Ash Gross with a few questions of our own. I'll be honest, Ash, I didn't write anything down. I have lots of questions already, sort of like always there. They just come to me. So
let them come organically.
Yes, organically. I see what you did there. Okay. You can always just share it in as well, SteveO. I can help you put it in there. Oh, I see it. You did it. There it is. Booyah.
There we go.
Oh.
Do you have it up?
Got it.
All right, great. All right, so I do have sound with this video because I am doing a little instructions, but I may pause it from time to time to explain something. If there are any questions at all, please, guys, in the comments, go ahead and ask, and we'll get those up and try to get those answered because this is your certified segment. So here we go, guys.
Hey, everybody. Siir SteveO here, coming at you live from the office. Today, I'm making some FICO, which is fully extracted cannabis oil, and it uses the entire plant in the process. Now, in a separate video, I showed you how I made my alcohol tincture using 1 ounce of cannabis and also using 1 bottle of Everclear 191 proof. So this is what we're doing here. You have to be in a well-ventilated area.
Okay, guys, very, very, very important. This is the step that I want to make certainly clear. Now, I'm sitting at my desk doing this, but I'm also, you'll see that I'm right by a window. I had a fan blowing right at me on full power, and I also have a fan in the doorway blowing towards the ceiling to circulate the air. And I definitely did not sit there and smoke next to this alcohol tincture. You'll be able to see here in just a second the type of heat, the way I use a heat source.
Lots of fans blowing and the windows open because there will be alcohol vapor in the air because we will be evaporating alcohol, and it is very flammable. You probably want to even avoid hitting light switches just to be extra safe, guys. But if you've got a lot of fans blowing, you got the windows open, you should be good.
There we go.
It isn't exactly that concentrated, but don't do it in a small room like this that I'm in unless you have the fans and the ventilation, which I absolutely do. So anyway, what I want to show you first is I want to show you the cooktop that I use. Let's see here. Oh, looks like I can't flip the camera. So this is it right here, guys. I use what's called a New Wave cooktop, and what it is it's an induction cooktop, and it actually you can touch it and it's not even hot. It sends the electrical pulses through the metal pan and it cooks it. So anyway, alcohol actually starts to evaporate at 173 degrees. So I have the cooktop set at roughly 180 degrees for it just to sit and slowly evaporate because I don't want to lose any of the goodness as well. But it will leave only the cannabis oil. So that's what.
Here I'm trying to turn it on, and I didn't have it plugged in yet. I thought so. Messed up.
That's what the process is. I was just checking it real quick. But anyway, so for the next roughly 4 hours, that's just going to sit and simmer. And then I'm going to come back and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, finished product. And then we'll get them into the little vials. So I'll give you another peek at this here, guys. We're sitting here and we are slowly evaporating the alcohol out of the tincture. And I have it set right now at 180 degrees, guys. So there's that.
And then I started pushing buttons for no flipping reason. I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to turn it off, I think, but I was pretty high.
So I have a question. I don't remember. I know you said you showed it before, but could you just a quick rundown of how you got nuggets, cannabis flower into that state right there?
Sure.
What did you use? Just
well,
a quick, you don't have to.
Yeah, it's simple. I used a magic butter machine, 1 ounce of decarboxylated flour, or not
How
1 pound.
How did you decarboxylate it?
Okay, I put it in the oven at 265 is what we put it at, 265 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. And
okay.
I have a little box that has a temperature probe in it, so that, and I don't start counting until it's right about 200 degrees. Then I turn the timer on, and 25 to 30 minutes is usually. But you can tell by the smell, because it'll really stink your house up, for one. You'll know when it's done. And it'll turn brown pretty quick, too, guys. But, simply decarboxylated flour. And then I used the whole fifth of the Everclear. But it needs to be the 191 proof, because there's also, I believe, like an 80 proof that you can get, which means it's about half water. And then you're just going to sit there burning off water forever. So you don't want to have to do that. So anyway, yeah, that's how I do that. But that was a good question, Will.
Okay.
Does anybody in the audience have anything yet? Or I'll just finish playing this out.
We will see you guys
10 seconds.
back in the next video, and we'll get those vials loaded. Have a great afternoon, guys. See you in 4 hours.
All right. There we go. So that's
So
what.
the,
Yeah.
so
but
FICO is the tincture. What would you purged
reduced.
the alcohol purged out of the tincture?
It's reduced. Yeah, the alcohol is just
Right.
all purged out, and just all the golden goodies are left.
Okay.
Everything that was stripped off of the plant.
Well, because that's how I used to make BHO, although it was with butane. But then
Yeah.
I would make what I would take is I would make the butane tincture, I guess, the butane mix. I would put it in a warm water bath just long enough to where like it was still like you could still slosh it around, but most of the butane was gone. And then I would put that into an alcohol mix of like Everclear. Everclear, or I guess I would put Everclear into that, and then put it into a glass jar that I would put in the freezer overnight. We called it winterizing it, and then I would then cook off the alcohol. Well, I would really like slowly with a warm water bath, kind of the same way, except that would turn it into like shatter or really good dabs.
That's a lot of
So
processes. That's for sure.
yeah, it was, but that's before like presses, and I don't have a press right now, but I think that
Yeah.
would be the move.
Well, what does our guest think? What do you think about the process so far as I'm explaining it? And in order for it to be FICO, I do realize that I have to also have plant trim and stems, and I did add that in with the cannabis flower when
Oh, so
I
that
made
got
the tincture.
washed.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything got washed. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, Ash? What do you think of the method I used? Oh, you're muted. Muted.
You're muted, Ash.
You're muted.
Sorry, thank you. I think you did a great job. I
Oh,
decarb at a lower temp, 225 for roughly like 45 minutes or so. I think you said 265, but other than that,
for
I think
less time. Yeah.
yeah. And then how do you strain it? I think people might want to know how you're straining it. Or are you going to show that
Oh,
off?
oh, that's right. The tincture is made, I strain it through. I believe it's a 335 micron bag. I believe is what it is. But then I take and I put it into this filter press that Magic Butter makes, and it screws onto a mason jar. I pour everything through there again, and then I can push down on this press, and it just squeezes everything out of what's left for me, so I recover as much as possible. And so I double strain it, so through the micron bag and then through the filter.
So what size micron bag? I know there's so many micron bag
I, be-
sizes.
I believe it's like a 0.35 micron or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember.
That's something that's important, guys, because if you get these micron bags that are too big, then you're getting a lot of plant material through. So, like, if you start to get into this venture, you want to make sure you really know what that even means. What's a micron bag? Well, it's just essentially a screen or a netted bag that has like very, very tiny holes, and there's different sizes of that, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not into that yet. I have some micron bags I want to use. I want to start pressing my own rosin at some point. Jimmy says only difference between how you do it and me is I decarb at 245 and 240 minutes. So everybody's having different amounts. So Chris says 235 at 40 minutes. See, everyone kind of has their own thing. So yeah, don't get too caught up on that, you guys. So yeah, Grassroots going to ask what a micron bag. Yeah, so they're these like little white, like I don't know if they're nylon or what, but
well, I have it pulled up on my screen. I can share real quick if you want.
what if you don't have that? I
Cheesecloth works.
Yeah, cheesecloth is a good one. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to get something, Rose, like some sort of a filter, a natural filter that's going to help you if you're trying to make what he's making here. SteveO, you say you had another video too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But
24
yeah, 24 micron. Yeah,
okay.
I believe that's what it's saying right there. So yeah, I do. I have the finished video. I have the video of. Let me grab that. Let me get rid of this real quick.
Joe uses a Buckner filter or funnel. Buckner funnel.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Me neither. Bubble Hash uses various micron, but yeah. And I've seen, like, I guess you can put it through the bigger ones and then put that mixture through another smaller one. and sort of step it down rather than trying to shove the biggest material through the smallest micron bag. You can sort of do a down stepping of it.
Okay, Waylon, I got her up there if you want to bring it
Got
up.
it.
Okay, so this is the second half of the video. It's about 5 minutes, but this is some important stuff here. And by the way, you can see that beautiful bubbler right there. I had to move it out of the way before I'd break it. So sorry it's in the picture at first, but here I am. Basically, I've got all of the sludge in the tincture with just the last of the alcohol down in the bottom edge of the pan. The reason why I don't let it sit flat is because
All right, everybody,
it can
we
burn.
are back. Sir SteveO is here right now.
You forgot about yourself, didn't you?
And he's
Sir
baked.
SteveO is
He's
here right
baked.
now with.
He's very big. Get out of the way.
Reducing
Sorry.
this alcohol vapor down to the sludge that you see here.
You see the vapor, guys? It only gets like that at the very end because some of it is burning to the top of the pan. Because, like I said, you can't just slide it all off. It's very sludgy.
What I have to do is, without burning it,
Yeah,
I
right.
have to evaporate the alcohol out of it. Nice.
You can't just swash it around a little bit.
To the last little bit here.
You want it in the less surface area as possible whenever it's at the very end like this. Because it'll burn off real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, see how I keep taking it off? And I have it right now, I believe at 150 degrees. It's just so hot that it's just doing its thing now.
Have you ever heard of a warm water bath?
Yeah, warm water bath. I've heard of that.
Let me show you what we got here.
There's a crock pot method to it, too.
I like this machine, though. I've never seen this.
This is what it reduced down to. There's this little pool right here, guys.
You see how it's still burning off?
Little pool.
Okay.
And I gotta sit here and hold it and let it cool down into this little tiny bit.
You see how
it be left in there, and that's all sludge, guys.
Yeah.
That's all the.
Did you see there? Did you see there how it was burning to the parts of the pan where it wasn't thick?
Getting scorched a little bit.
Scorched. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it started to scorch on me.
This is all of what.
So we learned together, guys. But I've made this a bazillion times. See, usually I'm making gummies or something, and we would just pour the gummy mixture into the pan and mix it all up, and we would get it all off the sides and everything, and we wouldn't have to worry about that. But we have to make sure all the alcohol's gone. We would just make the goodies in the same pot, the candy, whatever we're making, you know.
Oh, makes sense, yeah.
Because then you get it all mixed together real good. I'm just watching it because I don't want to overdo it, and it's still smoking, so it's evaporating.
Yeah, it's just sort of doing it on its own. So how many?
Sorry about that.
I forgot if you said how much flour total is in that you were looking at.
I use 1 ounce, not into that mixture. I still have probably another 4 batches I could make because I only used two cups of the tincture. That's all I used.
And 1 ounce was in the whole batch.
The entire bottle. Yep.
Wow.
Which
so,
I get.
Is that strong?
It's pretty strong, man. It knocks me on my butt. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea because I'd never made this and
see. I could tell you how strong it is if I knew the exact THC count of the plant, which I don't know. Because I'm not using any tested flour. I'm using cook and shake and plant, people's trim and stuff. You know? So I really don't know how strong it is. But yeah, your boy's pulling out the first syringe out of the batch.
I don't think there's a problem using shake. I think or not shake, but trim. Shake too, no. But you just have especially for different uses.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So That's going to be nice little bunch of pills or just all syringes. What do you?
Well, yeah, I put it in syringes, and the patient puts it into their capsules, or they eat it on a peanut butter cracker. The
I
best
see.
way, if you don't mind the
Here it
taste,
is, guys.
which is
There's
awful,
one full syringe right there.
you can put it under your tongue if
Can I
you
get
don't
another
mind,
one
and
on
it'll
film here real
kick in
quick?
about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. See, I never liked the longevity of edibles. Plus, they don't really do that much for me for some reason. But subdermally, isn't that what that means under the tongue? I think that might work better for me.
No, subdermally is under the skin. It's lingual,
Sublingually,
sublingually.
sublingual,
Yeah, sublingual.
lingually.
That's it. That's it. But there's
Okay,
me
something like that.
trying to get my little tester. That's what I took tonight. I took a double dose
Valerie,
because
that one's for you, darling.
that one's for you, hon.
Right, Chris. That's what I mean. Like, I would love to see if Fico did something better, more for me. Chris says Fico's way different than edibles, bro.
You get the very first one.
Well, I agree. I just,
Yeah.
I need
But
to
anyway.
get one of them maybe from you. We'll see. But
All
yeah,
right.
very cool.
Look for this coming your way.
And that's it, guys. That's the videos. I don't know. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'll get better at it, but I am definitely enjoying it. I'm kind of putting myself out there, like Waylon said. We're trying to show you guys some stuff because I feel like I got some stuff to teach. You know what I mean? And I got a lot to learn, and that's the main thing that I get, especially out of Grow Fam, is I learn so much. If I have a question, there's pretty much an expert. I know no one wants to be called an expert, but there's someone that has the answer, or at least we have a lot of opinions on what to do.
If you
And
get that same answer from several people, then you can maybe kind of.
that's
okay.
the way I deduce.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends because, there's a lot of people like I would trust for certain things because I know they're so, like aeroponics, I would probably listen to anything Joe would tell me because he's so good at it, you know.
You've
And
seen the product, right? Yeah, you've seen
yeah,
that.
seen it, and the products that I'm seeing that I'm going to start showing you guys when I start growing these heirloom seeds with this wizard tea too, guys.
Mhm.
I'm going to start growing organic for the first time ever. I've always used synthetic nutrients, and I'm excited to share that with you. Learn along with everybody, and the certified segment is going to be next week. Me germinating my new beans, and I haven't decided which strain I'm going to do yet, guys. That's what's driving me crazy. I mean, I go nuts over that, but I am going to definitely step up my game, and I'm going Grow Fam. So that's what's up, guys.
Right, that's a good call, SteveO. We both, if you guys are interested in trying some Grow Fam heirloom seeds, guys, get a hold of us, either SteveO or I. We will hook you up. We also, I want to put it out there that I want to give a discount to my locals community members if they go through us, and that's just going to be to help generate that community spirit over there, and we're gonna be rolling out more things like that, like game night. I'm trying to promote it then as well through the winter, getting maybe a discount as well. So I'm trying to do different things to get those beans out there. Plus the wizard tea, like SteveO said, is I think I'm getting a little trial pack to try it out myself, and that way I know what's up as well. So I'll be going organic, but I'm also, it's funny at the same time because I started talking to, I might have told you guys about this, but I started talking to a company, and they happen to own the Lotus brand. So I'm going to do sort of a side by side because I think I have two plants that are very similar. They're both strawberry banana. So I'm going to do this kind of a cool a comparison, if you will, try to give them both the same thing. Other than the difference, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's going to be fun, and I also want to get more beans in the soil, but the problem is I keep playing around with clones, so we're going to talk about that later after we let Ash go. But we want to let him go. We want to get him going here because I haven't heard the baby crying yet, but I'm sure there's a baby crying somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I hope you. I
He's
don't
taking
know
care
if. Yeah. What's that?
Oh, he's taken care of for now.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope Dreadful knows we really appreciate the time that we've got with you. So without further ado, guys, our awesome guest here has been hanging out, watching what we're doing. Maybe he's got some pointers and some ideas, and he'll unload on us. Yeah, maybe. But we also have some questions for him. But this is Ash Grows, you guys. A lot of you already know him. You know him. You love him. Grow fam, Grow bro. You got him all over the place, guys. He's been around the industry before social media, and for me, I kind of came in at the same time, so there's a lot of questions we have there. But thank you for hanging out with us, bro. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much
100%.
for having us, or for having me. You guys have an awesome show. I mean, the first hour here that you guys had it going on, it was informational, it was entertaining. You hit all the notes on the head. Like, it was just awesome. You had, even a live entertaining guest. That was really awesome. That was really cool.
I'm trying, man. I hope it doesn't seem too
Nailed it.
what's
Too
the
live.
word forced. But I've told people before, but like imagine, late night talk show meets sustainability. That's what we're going for. We want it to be entertaining. We want the informational stuff. I'm not so great at, because hey, I don't sit and read books all the time, and Ash has pushed me to get more on that side of things, and I think I need to get into the more research and more knowledgeable. I'm always just so skeptical about the research. I feel like, well, if I read it somewhere else, it's gonna tell me something different. It's like I just want to find things out firsthand, but sometimes I think that's a cop out as well. But Ash, so you're in Colorado. Did you? So I may have heard one or two places, but where else have you lived? Have you been there most of your life, Colorado?
I was born and raised in Connecticut on the East Coast. It's a little commuter state in between like Massachusetts and New York. Moved out here in 2013, actually, so 10 years ago.
Such a drastic difference. Do you mind if I put you up on the bigger window, or is that?
Go for it.
Or you're not
Hot
shy,
seat.
are you? Not shy with 24 people hanging out.
Now you put me in the
Love
hot
you
seat.
Yeah, this is the special guest area.
I appreciate it.
Well, at least for the few minutes here at the end of the show, to get you some more specific questions on you. Yeah.
I did want to touch base on one of the questions. Jimmy Mead was asking
Sure.
about who bred the lineages in the Grow Fam heirlooms. Now, the idea, just really quick, the idea behind the Grow Fam heirlooms is to create a centralized seed bank in the community. So we're partnering with breeders. This one is specifically the one that did this drop is Flying Higher Automatics. They're a group of veterans, Jason and Aaron. They've given us exclusive rights to run their genetics. They believe in our cause, what we do. And, there's a little informational card that we're kind of putting up together to properly represent the breeders. But, that's what we're doing. We're also going to be working with other ones, but it's difficult to get specific strains just made for your brand. So it's going to take time. It's going to take, a lot of collaborations, a lot of moving pieces, and we will get them rolling out. So first one is Flying Higher Automatics. You guys are welcome to check them out. A lot of really good strains coming out from them.
Flying Higher.
Okay. Yeah, they're certified through the official Grow Fam, lineup of genetics, right? So it's not like you're gonna go out and just get anyone's genetics, right? I'm sure you could get it probably a couple dozen people's genetics if you wanted to tell them that you were gonna run them as homestead, heirlooms. But you're gonna probably look for the right people, the right types of
course
companies.
Yeah. And the idea behind being reliable and sustainable, I had to mention it since we're on the show, genetics is, they're reliable, as in a lot of these genetics have been F2 to F3. They've been gone through the trials. And sustainable, as in it's at a price point that everyone can afford. 35 shipped, or if you're on the supporting Waylon or SteveO, that's 30 shipped. That's very affordable for 5 feminized autofems or feminized photos. Very affordable. reliable genetics, and that's sustainable. That's the sustainable part of it, is getting it at a price that is doable for everybody. And you get the whole educational aspect of it, and a community of people to ask questions, to give feedback to, and to just really feel like you're part of something. I think that that's something that we're lacking in the cannabis industry in general. You go to the dispensaries and you go and you buy some weed, and it's great. Like you get sold the experience at the dispensary, but you're left home feeling empty. You just kind of have some weed in a fancy bag, and you spend $70 for this eighth. But what do you have as a follow up? Grow Fam is kind of that community follow up after the dispensary visit, after you buy your seeds, after you did whatever. That's what it is. It's a headquarters for cannabis. That's my idea behind the whole thing.
You're doing the thing that you like me doing, is when I see that passion coming out and you just start rolling with it. And like, that's what I love to see, when same thing, like you said, when someone's passion comes out, like SteveO tonight was just shining through on that FICO, because man, I could tell that's his bread and butter, to be pun intended, man. That's some like,
I love to help. That's for sure.
but that specifically was like, you were, super into it. And you guys, I just want to point out, like, reason that I like Ash so much is that out of everybody that I've met, out of all the people I work with, his goals are, I wouldn't even say his goals are the same as mine, because he's basically leaps ahead of where I'm at, but he's like doing the exact same thing almost in almost every way that I had planned on doing. Except some tweaks, different things, like where we're at and stuff. Now it just feels weird that I'm small box. Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened. I just boop. I unbooped.
That's okay. I was like, oh man, I feel weird now being the small box, but this is fine like this. But no, like I'm saying though, is that like everybody seems to be good people in different ways, and you have different things you can work with people. But with Ash, man, it's like everything you're doing, I'm like, man, that's the way to go. Like making a homestead, making a place where people can come to and be part of the family, not just a shipping company, not just a company that is only doing the online group and making money with whatever way that is. Because there's all those avenues, and I think, like me, you're looking at other things. Like you have, for me, I'm looking at all these other sites and different platforms.
Yes.
For you have a real life business where you're looking at brick and mortar things, and I'm kind of hoping to get to that point. SteveO, I think was that you that was saying that you agree with me that I should take my garage and convert it into a grow facility instead of where my car goes.
Well, that would be anybody's dream, would be to have a big garage, built into a grow room. I think that, if you had the finances to do that, I think that would be great. But we are in Illinois after all.
Yeah, well, somebody was just saying that. I thought, well,
I think
it could be a good idea. Well, because in the house, and well, we can talk about it later after this segment, but yeah, it's a little harder in the place that you live, not necessarily indoors, but the place that you live indoors is a different layer of things. But anyway, so Ash, you also have like a greenhouse and stuff, and you do some other things besides cannabis, right? Microgreens.
We have a greenhouse. It doesn't have plastic on it right now, but we do microgreens on the off season normally. So in the winter time is when we normally do microgreens.
All right, so you have a thing to do all winter long. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a great idea. And those pans that you got are definitely a step up and an upgrade. What it must have been maybe 4 or 5 episodes back that we were loading those up on Monday nights, right?
Pans.
The pans, those little pans that you got to grow your microgreen trays.
The trays.
I was.
Yeah, that we were.
Loading. I haven't loaded them. I have them all put together and ready
out.
to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that was by recommendation from Ash. Bootstrap Gardens, I think .com.
Great.
They have these microgreen trays that are they're so durable, man. They're so good. Like
Mike, I love you, man. Go back to work. I got you on some beans too, bro.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, for hanging out. But yeah, like so that brings me to some questions. Like you've been doing this a while. You worked for other farms. You worked for other people. How long? Like when was it that you had set up your own business first? Like was it like an LLC? Did you go and get business insurance? Because I'm kind of going through that process right now, and I'm curious. Like how did it go for you?
In the cannabis
Any
industry, or
business
like,
period. Like when's the first time you could say, "Hey, this is a business of mine"? Like
okay, at 25, I started my first LLC. So
okay.
you got it registered through the state, and it was as a consultant. So
Oh, okay. So that way you
yeah,
could
I could earn money more legally,
sure.
So that's a lot. So just to give you guys a little bit of a background, I started out as a caregiver in Colorado, and you can't really generate a profit off of growing cannabis as a caregiver. So what people do is they find, it's not laundering. It's alternative routes. So you can be a consultant and charge consulting fees, and then it actually takes off. You actually become a
Mm,
consultant, you get gigs, but it starts off as just a way to be, a medical caregiver, right? So I started being a consultant at 25. I went through LegalZoom, $350, a couple filings through the state, and from there I went into. There's a canna circular in town, like there's a registry, a marijuana registry list, and there's a circular that goes around, and I put my name on the circular as a consultant. So people who were going into get their medical cards, they would get this list of all these resources. They're like, oh great, I got 6 plants, what do I do with it? So I
mhm.
go to this resource and I've got this promotion going. It's essentially you get your first QP for free. You get your first QP for free, a sign up bonus. So that's how I got my first 6 patients. And now in Colorado, you got 6 patients, you can get up to 99 plants.
Oh,
So I got 6 patients, 99 plants, and that's how I got my first 500 plant count. And then I had a facility with greenhouses in which we did larger plants, because 500 plants, despite it sounds like a lot, it's not very many
Mhm.
plants.
Mm.
So we still had to do, 25, 35
Sounds like a
gallon.
lot to me.
It could be. It could be. But, the idea is to have a few thousand plants rolling at one time.
That
oh,
was my
he's
Um,
next question. Like what
uh,
is like normal? Okay. All right.
yeah.
yeah. So tier one is 1,800 plants. That's like the bare minimum is what you want to get to. And that's in like medical. So if you're doing a caregivership, you can have 6 patients in Colorado. It used to be a co-op where we stacked patients on top of patients on top of patients. I had a
Mm,
group of 5 different caregivers that we were growing on one piece of property, and we stacked our 99, 99, 99.
mhm.
So, you know, you can build on it. And the caregivership route in our state and in other states, like, where Chris is from, uh, or Michigan and in California and stuff, that's just a way you can start your business is from being a caregiver. And there are other avenues you can take after that, like you can be a consultant, or you can go into being a cannabis extractor. Most cannabis extractors that you see in the business right now are all consultants. They're all consultants. So that's the best way to do it. And that's like if you were to do cannabis, and for
Mm,
you, if you're to do uh, microgreens, I would say start with one of your flats. If you've got a 2x4 rack, you go on Amazon, you get a couple 2x4 racks. Each one of those racks has a shelf on it. So you should have
right.
about 4 or 5 shelves on it, and get a 67-watt light on each one of those racks, and put two 24 by 12 microgreens trays on each one of them. And then go to each one of the restaurants you have in town after you've gotten
Mhm.
your LLC and tell them, hey, I have this indoor farming microgreens business, and go with businesses like Italian restaurants. You could sell basil to. You can sell
Right.
thyme. You can sell like a
Mhm.
whole bunch of microgreens that they'll use. Here in Colorado, we have a lot of Mexican restaurants, so we sell them cilantro microgreens. It's very, very popular. That's our number one selling microgreen. And you just have to go with what's in your demographic,
Mhm.
really. and create a system. Just go to the chefs and like be like, can I come every week? Can I come bi-weekly? Can I come, or whatever? And then you'll have go on Facebook Marketplace. You go on Facebook Marketplace, and there'll be people. There'll be like you'll have to sift through so many people. Will be like, well, how can I trust you? How can I do this and that? But you live in a more urban area, right?
Mm-hmm.
You live in a city, so you're gonna have people that you can just even get on a bike to. You can get a loan for an economic car, right? An eco-friendly car, and you can use that as a write-off. You can generate write-offs.
Mm-hmm.
You can pay no taxes. This is get your LLC, my friend. Get it
Mm-hmm.
done. Convert that garage.
So
That car isn't doing anything in there right now.
right.
Convert
Well,
that garage is an asset, my friend.
yeah, and I do want to do that, but the thing about it is I talked to my insurance company, and because I've been told that all I need to get really is business insurance before I can pay for the LLC, and so I started going that route, and I talked to them, and one of the first questions was, how much am I going to make? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Like, what? So I've gotten kind of stuck there where I did leave a message today, didn't get a call back. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll have to shop around, because I felt like they were getting a little annoyed because I don't know these things. And I might have had questions that he didn't like. And at one point he said something along the lines of, I can't give you advice. And I'm like, all right, like he in a not so nice way. And I'm like, well, you could just say that, I can't give advice. But my point is, it's been kind of a weird a moment there. So I think the LLC might be the next way to go. Just need to save a few pennies, maybe cash out something here and there. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But the thing is, I
went through
know
LegalZoom through both of my businesses, and they gave me all of the legal,
options and stuff.
rigmarole
Yep.
that
Mhm.
happens in every state. So they just, if there's any questions that comes up, there's an advisor you can reach out to. But yeah, that's just my idea. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think maybe they set up the insurance through LegalZoom as you're going through the process. Is that what happened, or did you have to go through? And I don't think you go through another process if you set up an LLC.
I started up my LLC, so I didn't originally plan to begin growing the microgreens. So the microgreens is something I added on there, and I didn't have to get business insurance until after I started my LLC. It wasn't a requirement, but I did get business insurance. Dan brings up a point, and he says $10K is a good place to start for your microgreens business. Yeah, I would say $1K a month. Honestly, I wouldn't go too crazy because, like in the beginning, you're not going to be generating that much
I'm gonna
revenue.
say, yeah, I don't know.
So $1K a month is $250 a week, and that's even, that's pushing it. You'll get a crop every 10 days. Even if you're doing it right and you have more than one rack, though, you'll be cropping out nearly every other day if you'd like to.
Sure.
So
if you space it out the way, sure. Okay.
It's called a perpetual grow, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, no, this is a good thing. I know it's sort of an add-on, and that was something I thought of too. Is like, which way should I start it as its own business? But I've already worked all that out. SteveO, feel free if you have any questions burning, let me know. I don't want to hog it all, but I'm just trying to think of anything interesting we can poke him on. Like we could have done the whole, tell us about yourself thing and all that, but we wanted to jump into some. We don't have a whole lot of time with you, and I appreciate you hanging out to see our stuff going on. So
I'm interested. I'm interested in knowing something, Ash. I know now your motivation is your family, of course. But was your motivation at any point? Did you start just thinking about your legacy and what you wanted to leave behind? Because I know that I get into that a lot now, and you seem like the type of guy. I bet that you've got that on your mind already in life about what history about yourself you want to leave behind, what legacy you want to leave for your family. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. I think that became more apparent to me after I got sober. I just kind of realized, like, I just was putting off so much by drinking alcohol, and I think Waylon and I were talking about it. There's just always that underlying dread that you just want to avoid, that we just have such little time on Earth. And when he said that, it resonated to me in myself, because it's like that's what leaving a legacy is about. Is like you have such a little amount of time to do it in. And when I got sober, I realized I just turned 30. I spent my 30th birthday in a rehab facility, and I had realized I had spent nearly a third of a century almost wasted, because I didn't feel like I had enough to show for it at that point. So I started taking. I always felt that it was important, and I felt like that's why I never had a child in my 20s, even though I always wanted one. I always wanted one, and I always thought it was just very selfish because of who I was at that time and what I was doing to myself, and it just wasn't a good time for me. So um, legacy really, it became very important to me. I'd say right after I got sober, I was like, well, I got to give it some time, but I definitely want to be getting into having a kid. And like
Beautiful.
Chelsea and I thought about it one time, and it just happened.
Wow.
It was just perfect.
Not much effort there. Well,
Now that's a great story. I kind of figured it would be that would be what you would answer with, and I admire that, because sometimes it takes a long time for people to come around, and sometimes the time we lose, is too much, and any lost time really is, I suppose. But that's great. Thanks for that. Appreciate the answer.
well, and you also work at the other angle too, as far as like looking at your nutrition and looking at your health, and trying to think of that longevity that you. So some of us have the thought every now and then when we do something bad for us, we think, oh, that just took a day or so off my life. Well, you're thinking of things where I'm like, okay, this could be adding time to my life if I do this, or whatever it is. But would you say that you're still struggling with a lot of those points that you've like identified, like nutrition and exercise? Like you said, you and I, we don't have like that far to go, but that doesn't mean we feel in shape just because we don't look that far. You know what I'm saying? So, would you say that you are fighting those battles? Uh,
I'm fighting a few battles right now. I
Yeah.
mean, lack of sleep is one.
Mhm.
Uh, just that causes brain fog, and just like a lack of the understanding of the future, what the future holds. I don't talk about a lot of what's going in my life, but I don't like live this awesome life that people might think I do. I like live in a little camper. So like that's my life. Like, so I don't have this great life. I have like a nice little piece of land that I plan on having a cool life in. But that's just because I just started my life over. So there's so much uncertainty, and that uncertainty is always in the back of my head, and I just know that things can change at any point, and I have to always remain focused, but remain humble, and all those kind of things. So, a lot of mixed emotions. I mean, with my health and stuff, I came to this point where I didn't think I'd make it to 50, but now I have a goal of making it to 100. Like now, I just am hell bent on it. So, at any means necessary, yes, I need to get my sleep, but I do take my diet very seriously, and I do exercise. But like without the ACL repair and stuff, before that, I was very physically active, always getting 15,000 steps and whatnot. But yeah, Jimmy's saying it. Lack of sleep will fuck you up.
It
really
does.
will.
It does.
I did actually get my first amazing night of sleep last night. It was awesome. Like my first amazing night of sleep. Chelsea's like, I'm gonna take the baby in the other room because I wasn't sleeping the past couple whatever nights. So like she took the baby and in the other room, and I felt amazing. I haven't slept like that in a very long time, so I felt super rested. So that Motivation Monday might have seemed like it was from a place of lack of sleep, but it was from a place of well restedness.
Yeah.
And I have been manifesting it for a long time. So
I didn't really think of it either
Awesome.
way on that one, but it was good. But as far as the baby goes, man, you're
Yeah.
doing fine. Everything like that's normal, even though it sucks. Like mom and dad, like you guys doing it together is what is missing a lot of times in this world. So the fact that you do have each other and you're on your own piece of land, yes, maybe you don't have that castle yet, but man, the foundation is building, and you may not see it as like same with me sometimes. And SteveO and I, we talk about it like the progress isn't always visible. Maybe I thought we would have had a lot more people hanging out, but you know what? We know that people see us afterwards, and we know people
Right.
watch you that maybe aren't in your chat either, and you know this as well. People are watching that aren't maybe every day in our inboxes or in our visibility. But I think like you said, the grass isn't always greener. People might look at you and think, "Oh, he's got all this stuff." It might be, and that's something that we fight every day. Like those of us who I try to make it look fun behind me and everything. Like you're not seeing my stack of bills, you're not seeing my, home stuff, right? So it can be tough. It can be wearing because you're trying to put on that face. And I think you do a great job, especially you and Dreadful both like doing those Fan Fridays. You guys do a great job coming out, just being positive and having a good night. Like I've never seen you get anywhere close to how I've gotten on shows before. I think I do. So people tell me I do a good job as well, but not like I know I've lost my cool a little bit here and there. So um anyway, that's a compliment to you, brother. But you're younger than me, and you're doing it. You're there. I want to come out and visit, SteveO. We need to come out there to Colorado sometime. It'd be fun.
Y'all
But
are more than welcome. Please, please, please. Even if it's just a camp out, we'll do a camp out.
yeah, it would
Yeah.
be fun.
I love the camp. Camping's awesome.
No
That's how-
streetlights. No streetlights. So.
Well,
Not awesome. You see through the stars.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you something then. A question: if you have the choice, a half underground home or a large treehouse home.
Are you talking to Chelsea? Are you DMing her? Did she get you to say this? How much she pay you?
Negative. It just came to me. I thought if you have the choice, have you seen the Treehouse Master guy? Like the Treehouse homes, man. Like you can make these just beautiful, built with the tree to where it grows, like it stays there as the tree grows, and like just craziness out there.
So she really desperately wants to build a home in the ground, and where we live, it's a flood area, so it's a prairie essentially. So it's just not a viable thing in directly where we live. We've looked into barn dominiums. I don't know if you've heard of those.
No.
Oh,
You should look.
yeah.
You should look them up. Yeah, they're
A barn.
large.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, they're like pole barns. Yeah, pull it up on screen. They're cool.
Yeah.
So, have you seen? We have something called a Morton building here. I don't know if that's something that's universal, but just a large metal building, and a lot of farmers are building these Morton buildings, and then I think it kind of looks like this here. I'm going to pull it up, and we call it a Morton building house, to where you can have your house built inside of it, but then also have half of it for whatever, my farm or anything. Here is the barn dominiums. Okay, so yeah, so that kind of looks like what I'm talking about, except for much more of like a barn shape. Maybe zoom out just a tad.
Those are pretty fancy barndos.
So you're talking about moving into an old school red barn? That's no, I'm just kidding.
Believe it or not, that's one of Chelsea's dream homes as well. So.
Well, you can refurbish it for sure, but it's that'd be some work. Oh, here's a big red one. They make it red still, even though it's the new metal ones.
Yeah.
That one on the left is crazy. Yeah, there's some.
So I got the idea from Chelsea's brother. Says, why don't you put up a barndo? They're putting them out everywhere out there. And I was like, that's what the fuck those things are. So all the neighbors in the area are putting up these steel-like home hybrid structures, and they say they're actually cheaper to heat and cool. We still have those kind of electric ACs, the two-way splitters. They do the heating and cooling. So we already have those to put in one, but we actually wanted to really start with just a building. We don't want to do the barn dough immediately. We want to start with a building um, for the business. So we could have like a little space in the building. I'm so low maintenance when I tell you this. I'm so low maintenance. I don't care if I live in a home just yet, like an actual home. Like I'm cool with living the way I do. Like I'm fine with that. It's
Right, you
liberating.
guys got it. You guys
Yeah.
got a system, got it
And
down.
we have family around. There's the you mostly see us at families' houses if we're hanging out. So
Mm.
um, and that's such an awesome thing. So we would like to do the business and then save money, continue to complete saving money, and then put up a nice barn door like that. If something like that would be, you know, 350 with the construction and concrete. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
No, not for what you get, because
The
if you
proper
make a
yeah.
house that's that size, you're definitely looking at more. I mean, I'm guessing it's a ranch. Like, there's no basement unless I guess you could put a basement.
It'd be on a slab probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the homes out here do have basements, even despite the floodplain. There's just a way of doing it.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely new ways of doing. There's ways of doing things that we just haven't been doing on how
So
to build homes, and the way to reuse materials and things. It saddens me, and I know there's law differences in different states, but uh can you collect rainwater in Colorado?
1 barrel.
They allow
We have
you
a
a certain amount. Okay.
Yes, it was nothing for the longest time. There was actually a fine you got imposed, and now there's just a fee that everyone has to pay. It's a rain collecting fee that everyone pays, despite like whether you collect rain or not.
What?
Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah.
interesting.
Mm-mm.
So
No.
can you be like, hey, neighbor Tim, you're not collecting rain. Can I get your barrel?
Hey, can I put this barrel out there
Like
like a
on your
vending
property, on
machine or
your
something?
side of the, yeah, exactly. Can you just on your side of the property, but I'll just siphon off of it. Anyway, yeah. So that's awesome, because at least you get to do some anyway, some collection. It's
What about
different
you guys?
laws. I don't even know here where I'm at right now. I need to check into that, but I think closer to the city, usually they stop it. Stevo, can you do it?
Can I do what?
Rainwater collection.
Actually, I would assume so, but I've never checked into it. But I pretty much just do whatever I want anyway.
Ashley said she
Ye-
didn't even know you could charge for that. So we
Yeah.
can't, Jimmy. Okay. Well, here's a little. I'll give you guys a little bit of a secret, a little bit of a clue. Now, this might be a separate law. I don't know, but if you dig a pond in your yard, then you
Okay.
can legally collect rainwater.
Okay. I
Lots of
guess you
it.
can collect two barrels or 110-gallon barrel in Colorado. So they all have
Okay.
110 inside.
So if you have
Oh,
two 110-gallon barrels, that's two barrels.
It's two
Or a
or up
max
to
of 100.
110.
Okay, never mind. I'm like, hey, let's find the letter of the law here. But no, a pond. Yes, Ashley says she's gonna start. I'm digging one this summer. Okay, heck yeah,
Smart.
duck pond. Now, if you have a duck pond and you fill it with fish and things, the more stuff you have in there, clearly the more difficult it will be to get water out. You have to make sure there's nice big filters and all that good stuff. I learned that from like Gold Rush, Alaska, when they go to get water out
Put
of the
real
pond.
good pump in there too. And you can
Yeah, that
collect
too.
your rainwater or you can collect your pond water, bubble it, and you know what to do with that, Ashley. You know what to
That
do with
good
that water.
stuff. Joe Kelly Google says in Illinois it is legal to harvest rainwater as long as no more than 5,000 gallons of capacity is collected according to the Illinois Plumbing Code. Interesting.
interesting.
Now, Joe Kelly, you're looking at statewide. Now, guys, you definitely have municipal laws in near cities. I know this because my niece, they had a little hog, and they were out in this country town, but they were too close to the center of town, and they were made to get rid of their hog. or little piggy. It's like, what? Because you're too close to the town if you can't have livestock and things like that. Like, well, okay, I guess, disease and stuff. You got to be careful. Not in our county, Jimmy says. So yeah, you got counties too, not just state or not just city laws, but so there's so many ridiculousness, layers of laws. So you got to be careful on that kind of stuff, guys. But it's been a good talk though, for sure, because I'd like to know what it's like over there. Because I'm like, hey, should I be moving somewhere else? Somewhere like a Colorado or like a Florida or something. Who knows? We got a lot of friends in the Canada community from all over the country. Have you thought of visiting anyone from in any other states, or have you? You taken any trips?
In any other states, not yet. I've wanted to go to all of those derbies and stuff. Like wanted really bad, but
oh, dude, when that kid's a couple years old, bro, like you'll be, oh man, that kid, you're gonna be taking him with you to maybe not to the crazy ones, but like there's a lot of family oriented events like this that are popping up now. I see face paintings at almost every event I'm going to now for the kids. I'm like, damn, balloons and stuff.
I'd love to come visit you, Rose, in Washington State. I'd love to come visit you guys in Illinois. I'd love to come visit people in Michigan. There's I have a lot of places on the list. Like a lot
Me
of
too.
places.
I'm just trying to make sure my car lasts for the next few months. So I hear you, bro. I hear you. So I honestly, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, SteveO and I both, we're here to help support you. And you've done so much to just support us in return without so much as any question. Like I have never had to come to you for like, hey man, can I get something? Like you're always coming to us with ideas and thoughts, and I do appreciate it. You're a busy guy. Guys, this guy, if you haven't been watching him on Fan Fridays, I mean, they have like 200 people watching in the house. I can't imagine. Like, have you ever like been low key like sweating your ass off when that first happened? Like, when's the first time you just suddenly was there 100 people in the room? Like the first time you went live?
I shit my pants before every live. I shit my pants before this live, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Make sure you get a changey.
Well, we're honored to have you on tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So I was going somewhere with that though. Oh, so with the 200 people live, so what was the funniest thing that's ever happened to you while live? Was it the time that I popped in by accident when Grassroots was up there, and I was like, "Oh shit," and I had to leave suddenly? Was there anything funnier than that? Because that was pretty embarrassing, you guys. It was a pretty embarrassing moment, I gotta say.
I don't know. What was the most embarrassing? I don't know.
Jeremy wasn't all into the sustainable stuff, and we drew him right in. He said we sucked his ass right. Oh wait, that's not right. We sucked him in. Anyway, that's funny.
Hey, yay! I lost the wheel one time. That was pretty embarrassing.
Like lost it altogether, and everyone had to re-hashtag.
It was gone. It was gone. I had to restart the wheel.
Oh, instead of the hashtags.
The hashtag, sorry, that's what I meant. I lost the hashtag. Okay. It started going up, and then it went to 18 and froze. People were putting up hashtags, and it wasn't working. Huh. So I spun it, and there was only 18 people on it, and they're throwing up their hashtags, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? So it went, and then we redid the hashtag, and there was 150 people on it the second time. I was like, oh fuck, I fucked it up. But that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, but you didn't find that funny probably right away. When you saw me pop up, you were also probably not happy for a second. But then I messaged who was that? Was it Butternips? And I was like, oh man, the link keeps sending me up there. She's like, it's okay. It was the funniest thing that's happened to me all day. I was like, damn it.
Actually, I kind of was low key dying at that. It was pretty damn funny.
And then it happened again right away. I was like, this link is the second I it was sending me right in there. Yeah.
It's because you're an admin on our stream.
I know. Yeah. Now the thing to do now is to shut off your camera and to make sure you don't have an audio avatar. shut off the camera before you go in.
See, you're the type of dude
that's
to figure it out. You're like, well, no, I'm not gonna
That's the
fucking
move.
look like a clown twice.
Well, it did happen twice in a row, but I'm not gonna. That third time's not gonna be the charm on this one. Anyway, so yeah, I want to remind everybody. Ash has this awesome product that he's been getting out there, the Wizard Tee. SteveO's going to be using it. I'm going to be using it. We'll be showing it off to you guys. If you want to get a hold of some, let us know, and we will direct you in that. And I believe there's a couple different ways of doing it, so let us know. And I don't know. Is there a price we can tell people, or is it?
Yes, it's $8 for the veg, $8 for the bloom, and it's $5 for shipping.
Nice. Very simple.
So,
Look at that clean. Bro, you've got it down. The shipping and everything. So like that gives me anxiety. That's another thing that gives me anxiety is like getting the stuff shipped out.
And it doesn't matter if you get 1 bottle or you get 10 bottles, it's gonna be $5. Like I'll cover the rest. So I appreciate this any support you all.
You got it. Get a hold of us anytime, guys, and also leafcycle.net. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
/grow-fam. You'll get 10% off.
Oh, great.
I also want to point out Hydro Farm. Gonna be showing off some lighting from them here soon, and it was gonna be very cool, you guys. I'm gonna be excited to like make specific videos for things instead of just a regular catch up and whatnot.
That's right.
Yeah, awesome. I think I should put a hashtag out there while we're talking though, so that we don't wait too long. If anybody is interested in getting the cut bong, we got 20 people still hanging out, guys. Let me get a hashtag out here. If you're not already, I think everyone that's in here is a member of Grow Fam. Appreciate you guys showing up, fam.
Definitely I also have one that I got for myself as a souvenir of my and Waylon's time together. So I have my logo and his, and I can tell you right now, I can show you how it works. It works great too.
I want to see it. Can I see it real quick? I think I missed it. Oh, I'll see it after.
Oh, he wants to. He thought you meant I want to see how it works.
I want to look at his bong. I didn't see the logos together.
See, I ordered mine with both logos on it. I got mine and I got his, so that I have it as a souvenir of our time together. Always, no matter what, no matter 10 years from now, I can say that this sat on my desk when it all started.
You know, this guy.
You guys are really good friends together, and
we try.
I like how yours is smaller though. Like it, like this one is like I gotta turn it so that you can see the whole. But I like how big it is too though. So it's like 6 1/2 dozen the other. But yeah, guys, this one is pristine. Never been smoked out of. Ash won this on. I don't even know when that happened, but it happened. You won, and you were like, "Yeah, we'll do a giveaway for it." So, I think let me try to think of what's the best way to do this. I'm going to be starting real soon to be going to exclusive giveaways for my locals members because I'm really going to start pushing on that some more here shortly. And if you guys are over there at all already following me, you can follow Siir SteveO as well. Find him over there. I think GrowFam has an account that I don't know if it's followable. I'm not sure if you've messed with it at all, but it's
Thank you very much, Waylon. I appreciate that. That's great, guys. Yeah, leafcycle.net /grow-fam, guys, to get your 10% discount. Or get a hold of Waylon or I, and we will definitely take care of you on anything that you need, Grow Fam. Definitely. Thanks, Joe. Let me bring that up real quick. Waylon, the indoorfarmer.locals.com. You spelled local wrong, but that is definitely what we're looking for there.
It's close. Loco.
Locals.
Loco.com.
Locos.
Es mucho loco.
Got us.
Who is that?
That was Kelly. What's up, Kelly?
Hey, that's awesome.
She's fine. SteveO, you don't have to mute her out. She's good.
Uh,
She
I
comes
love
in
it.
and gets his goat every time when she does that. He's like, I'm just gonna. That's funny. That's funny. Got him. All right, Mike Hood's back. What's up, Mike? How's work going, brother? All right, Grow Fam for life. WTIF.
Hey, I like the hybrid there.
It's a little bit longer than it needs to be, but hey, I like it.
Do WTIF for life. That'd be sweet.
WTIF for life. You know, people get and I know okay. I'll back up for a second. I used to be the kid that would like grammar Nazi people, like, oh, you mean this, and now I'm the person that's like, words matter, you know, and a lot of people don't know the difference between a group, a page, a profile. Like those are three different things, you know, and people call different things. And people call my page a group, like your group and stuff. I'm like, I don't have a group, you know, like I'm admin of a few groups like that. I don't own a group, so it gets kind of confusing. But at the same time, like I love a few groups that I'm really connected with. I'm admin, like I said, of a few, and so I don't need to make a group. There's no. I thought about it because they add everyone. But if you're smart, you know what the at everyone looks like. The notification's different. It says Ash Grows tagged you and others, or you know, or whatever it says. It's a different thing. So
You gotta get me one a week.
1 week.
One a week. That's
Oh yeah,
yeah. Every fan
Oh yeah.
Friday. So that's
Well, and I
kind of
know
the
it's happening,
secret
but you still
sauce.
have people that probably don't know that's when it is. Like, oh yeah, the notification. It's like I know every Friday. You've done it, even though some Fridays have been like during your busiest time, you know, right when you guys have been the most busy, but you still come up, you still throw out the love, and you still have plenty of awesome sponsors throwing out cool stuff too. So it's great, man. It works. Like you guys found the formula right there, right away. 13 people in on this giveaway, guys. Is for the cup bong. It's going to be from me, so I would love to get one with a few logos, like, you know, Grow Fam. You know,
Diapers
like,
ain't cheap. You ain't kidding me, Mr. Burns.
right. That's what I'm
You know
saying.
We just started using formula too. That ain't cheap either.
Ooh, no, it's not.
Holy moly.
And it's tough to like make sure you can get the stuff, whatever it is you're trying to get out of it. You know what I want to see on this cup bong? I want to see a cup bong with my logo and then a heart and then a Grow Fam logo, or maybe like my logo and then like a heart and then like Ash's face right here and there. And this I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You could probably fit like
it's got to be on the other side so you can look at it while you're hitting it.
There you go. We could go with like 100. We could get me, SteveO on there, Grow Fam. We could probably hit like we need to talk to Silver Fox. We need to get like a whole blanket of logos all the way around there.
Right.
It'd be fun. I don't know. I mean, essentially, it's like it's a program. You add the photos, so it might be able to be done. I don't know. Get on that. I haven't seen her actually. I saw her. She went live, so that was interesting. All right, guys, we got 16 people in on it. We're gonna wait. I guess it's 10:21. I'll wait till 10:30. But in the meantime, we'll keep grilling our friend here. Ash, what's your favorite food, bro? What do you like to eat?
Ooh, I would have to say my grandma's.
Maybe not
cooking.
favorite, but like close, you know.
I'd say my grandma's Indian food. Wow.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, South Indian food. It's really good.
South Indian food. Okay, I don't think I've ever been to like an Indian restaurant. Is it super spicy?
Yeah, it's more spicier than North Indian food. But I think at the restaurant it's definitely not a little. It's more doctored up. It's got more spices and a lot more fat in it and stuff. It's kind of like junk food. They consider it junk food in India, but it's good, man. It's good.
They consider it junk food, so like it's not super healthy for you, but it's still.
It's like mac and cheese and comfort food, and it's like it's not good.
Yeah. Well, we love that. We love that comfort food here for sure. So I
Yeah.
wanna try sometime. I've just always heard where that it's like the stereotypical trope of like the spiciness, and it's gonna hurt more coming out than it did going in, and then like all of that. So I don't know. I should
My
try it
grand
though for sure.
my grandma doesn't do it like that. I don't think she's just never been into the spiciness. Like, however, I like, I
You can
like
add
really
some.
spicy. I
Yeah.
like burn your face off kind of stuff.
Well, that's like here. Like we can like if you like it spicy, you just add more hot sauce or whatever. That's you can do it yourself. You don't have to like hit us all with it. I
Right?
like chili, but man, we can get some spicy chili up around here. What's up, Kasia? Okay, Indian food. I wouldn't have thought that. Honestly, I would have
It
just
has to be specific type of Indian food. If we're just gonna go generic,
sure.
like,
Yeah, just a bunch of curry and nothing else. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's got to be my grandma's Indian food.
Right. Well,
That's
your
what I mean.
grandma's for cooking then is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
If it was gonna be Indian food in general, it'd probably be like maybe
Yeah.
on the lower part of the top 10.
Yeah.
But
That's the key. Is
um,
it being grandma's?
yeah,
do you do any of the cooking?
I do all the cooking.
Okay.
I
Oh,
do. Yeah, you can ask Chelsea. That's my
Interesting.
thing. Yep.
I like to cook as well, but man, I hate to cook when it's just me. And if I cook something that I don't think my son's gonna eat, although he's gotten better about trying new things, so I'll give him that.
I hear you
Kel,
there.
yeah.
It's
right.
no fun cooking by yourself or just for
Mm-mm.
you.
Well, no, because you know all the work that's going to entail afterwards. Like oh man, all the dishes that you just dirtied just for that.
I'm lucky that my wife's mother and grandmother both love to cook because they taught my wife how to cook. And, just like men need to also teach certain things down to the younger generations, our children, and things of that sort, women, they tend to play that role as well and handing down stuff like that. And what I like to see is when the sons learn how to cook. The sons learn how to do those things, learn how to do the household chores. I think that that's a great idea because those are skills everyone needs to have, not
Oh
not
yeah.
just gender related. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Definitely. Ash, I don't know if I've heard, but do you have any siblings?
No,
Oh,
I'm an only child.
Okay, so did you grow up doing any chores?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I didn't have like crazy chores or whatever, but I mean, my parents were kind of they were limited in the amount of stuff they had. So my
Mm-hmm.
dad was a very, very much so like uptight about things like, not like be cheap. He was cheap. He was frugal. He was a neat freak. So um, I guess like upkeep with that, but they didn't make me mow the lawn or anything. I didn't have to like do anything farm work. So everything hand related, like working with my hands and stuff, I've had to learn like as an adult on my own. So
See, now
I feel like I
that's
was
where
kind
I
of
was going
spoiled
with
a little
that.
bit. Huh?
Yeah, maybe, and that's where I was going with that. Is that's a good thing. A lot of people want to hear stuff like that because you worry about that, especially with kids these days being a little soft because we might coddle them too much, we might be too much of a helicopter parent, or we might make things too easy for our kids. But to know that you can still get through that, you can still grow up and find your way, and you may not think it, bro, but you're younger than I am, so like you being where you're at now, to me anyway, means that you figured it out sooner, at least sooner than I did. So I hope that gives other people hope. It's like, hey, he wasn't growing up on a farm, he wasn't growing up learning all these skills, wrench turning with dad or whatever, and still came to these conclusions that I think is all for the better. Almost every point I've heard you say about your business plans and stuff has all been sort of for bettering. So it's been inspiring, to see that you can still do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because like I didn't have a dad that was like showing me everything. we tried to help me, or he tried to get me to help him sometimes, and it was just ended up turning out not fun, right? Not
Right.
educational. Um, so some of us have that thought too. It's like, hey, I feel like I'm catching up on from some from people who had those advantages of, say, maybe, you know, learning those skills as a kid, driving the tractor. You know, kids growing up on a farm get to drive a tractor. You know, like, how cool is that?
the the beautiful thing I think about it is I'm surrounded with people that grew up on farms. So I'm fortunate in the fact that I'm not like a mechanic, right?
Mhm.
I am in no way a grease monkey. In fact, that's like probably one of the things I'm open about, that I'm not good at all. Like, I can build a greenhouse. I can bend hoops and put together a good frame, and even install the ventilation and stuff, but I can't fix a car. I just can't. And I pay somebody to do that, and that's okay. But I have Chelsea's dad, her brother, all her cousins. Like, I've got a good support system for that. And it's so important. You guys out there, if you are a and you work a blue collar job, and you understand those skills and you have those skills, they're so invaluable. Like, I mean, I can do stuff with tools, but not stuff like, on a tractor. I don't know how. I might learn. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna do more, but if not, for the time being, I'm surrounding myself with people who do know, so I can learn.
Well, that's the move. Even somebody who's great at turning a wrench, that person needs to know. It needs to get people in their circle that have strengths where you have weaknesses, and that's what shows that you have a good plan, or at least a good, um, what am I saying here? A good outlook on it, because you have to draw people near that have skills, and you're great about that. A lot of people are very uh, scared to pull too many people into their orbit. But the thing is, everyone has strengths, and like, if you can see that in people, it seems like you do for the most part. Find people's strengths, and find ways to help them realize it, or help them sort of come into their own, and then that becomes a strength of yours in return. That becomes, it's all a win-win, and I'm always trying to think of win-win. Steve-O's probably heard me talk about a few times where I'm like, if I want to do something, I want to do it in a way that I come up, but I also, the other person comes up. So offering some sort of a win-win scenario.
Yeah, the
So
whole rising tide lifts all ships theory is definitely something that we agree upon. I sometimes, I try to help people with projects, and I try to help other streamers sometimes, and I really get into having the satisfaction of the thankfulness, the gratefulness, even the loyalty, camaraderie, things of that sort with people online. But sometimes you just have to ask yourself if you're stretching yourself too thin, and it can be very rewarding. And that's one of the things that one of the biggest ways you've treated me well, and is you've even today you corrected me when I said your show when we were talking about it. I said, well, in your show, and you're like, it's our show, you told me, and you remind me of that frequently. And just the other day, I was reminded that you tell me that I need to utilize my friendships more and not always want to just be a giver, but if I need something to ask. And you know, uh, those things are starting to come to light in my life. And I had that little reset the other day, yesterday, day before, whatever it was, and
of the
since then,
fungus variety, right?
of the fungus variety, yeah, and I feel like I've been thinking differently. I feel like my thoughts are getting from my brain to my lips quicker, and I feel like I'm rebuilding neural pathways, that are helping me out physically as well. So,
Hmm.
you know, you can check me out on that rumination project with Dan. We talked about it for a couple hours.
You're kind of scaring me though. You're reminding me of the movie Lawnmower Man. where like he gets this medicine and stuff, and he just like keeps getting smarter and smarter, and he starts trying to take over the world.
Yeah, right.
But no, man, the show is you're part of the show for as long as you want to be. So that's definitely all good. We're past our time here, guys. I want to do the spin. Got 17 entries in on the cup bong from Silver Fox with my logo, the Indoor Farmer logo.
Good luck, everybody.
I'll probably find something to put in there with it for you guys too. But here you go. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
If you don't use a bong, maybe you know a friend that does. Maybe you want to
All right.
someone.
Congratulations.
Terry's been a long time viewer.
Winner. It looked like Elisa May was going to get it there for a second. I was like, holy jeez again.
Wait, hold on a second. Terry, I've never talked to you before. Are you the one on the left or the right? He's here. Yeah, in the picture. Are you that will make it as big as I can? Are you the left or the right? I'm just kidding. Congratulations, Terry.
Congratulations.
18 or older.
Congratulations, brother.
No, 21. Sorry.
That's what you get for hanging out on Whaling Wednesdays on Grow Fam, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna write that down. Terry, send me a private message, brother, with your address and information.
Mm-hmm. What a great night so far, and we're not even totally done.
Yeah, like I want to give Ashley out, bro. I'm gonna probably do a little bit of. I think I'm gonna take my phone and show off what I have growing on right now. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, any like again, you're awesome for hanging out. If you need to go, you need to go. But you're it's like an open-ended kind of a ticket at this point here. I'm gonna pull up my phone.
Yeah, that's right. It's not Wednesday yet, is it?
No, this isn't Whalen Wednesday, but on Wednesdays I do a show for Grow Fam, and Ash, like I always thought of it as a exclusive Grow Fam thing, but then you're like, no, open it up, put it on my page, I put it out on Rumble, you know, so I do appreciate that from you, man. I think that's the right move. Get Grow Fam out there more. Like it's been getting huge as a private group. I can't imagine. You know, yes, we're gonna find haters, right? But with any good endeavor, anything that gets big enough, you're gonna find eyeballs from all directions, and I just can't wait to see how it gets. I mean, you're growing beyond Facebook. You're growing beyond this being it's that Facebook group. No, it's that company. It's that place, right? So I can't wait to see that, and I want to talk to you sometime about that on the Rumble. I have it playing all the time. It'd be great to like get copies of all the Grow Fam shows, and we can make a lineup, you know, and put that information out there, because it's we're on 1,000 new eyeballs a day that don't see us on Facebook, so it's kind of an interesting place to find new people. Okay, here I am. Let me flip my thing here. Camera layout.
Jimmy, you can go to growfam420.com, or you can send me a DM, bro. I'm out of larges right now. I have large tank tops. That's about it.
Okay.
SteveO, would you mind pulling me up, bro?
Yeah, I got you.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to start explaining. Did you have something?
Nope. I was going to say I was going to bring us up like this, right?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
So this was like a little mess around container. Like I said, I have these actual trays. Now I only have 10 here, but I think I need more. I thought maybe I could use this, Ash, but that doesn't seem like enough. And this table, I'm really struggling on figuring out what I can actually use this table for. If I grow anything out of it, I'm going to have to cover all the wood with like that kills paint, like everywhere underneath, like every bit of wood I'm going to have to just smother with paint, just to really make sure that it doesn't absorb a bunch of moisture and then get mold everywhere. I built this thing out of repurposed wood. I thought it was smart, but then somebody told me that all exposed wood, if it's in a grill room, it's going to absorb moisture, right?
Which leads to mold. Exactly.
Right. So
Yeah,
this over here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, you'll have to finish it. You can paint it white too, and there's like a finishing paint that is meant for grow rooms, and it's reflective.
Yeah, it's called Kills. I have some of it, and it kills mold, and it's white. But this wood here is treated lumber that was used on for roofing. So, and then this is painted. So this side isn't as bad, but it's also much smaller, and it's kind of my experiment side. Like Ash has said, Ash doesn't like this for some reason. You didn't say it that way, but you were like, you need to move up to like a real system. Hey, SteveO, I apologize. Could you get my intro or my logo out of Ash's face, please, sir?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
If you were able to sit up higher, it would make it look like it's over your face. We did that with Jason one night. It was great. Anyway, you're right. I need to get away from this, but this is definitely like an experimental. I can mess around with it. Like, look at this, bro. Look at this. This is what's holding up the grow bed. This foam with these empty Planters Peanuts jars, and it's all leaning up against the wall.
Oh my goodness, well.
And the top is being these are fence 2 pieces of fence that are bolted together with the plumber's tape that's then bolted down here all the way onto the more solid pieces, which are then only being held up by these chairs, this chair and the chair over there. So
hey,
yeah,
man.
this whole thing is
don't bump into it.
No, like it's actually very solid. Like I don't want to. If I pulled it towards me, I could probably pull it away from the wall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. Anyway, it's all temporary, guys. Like this whole thing will have to get torn down. Like all these pebbles in here are gonna have to get taken out because it's already starting to get like growing a lot of like algae, moss and stuff in there. So with anything inside, which is something I'm learning, something I didn't think of at first, like look at the moss. I don't know if you can see that moss. Is that there's no system that I can build that's just like that's my permanent system. That's my forever system. Even if I buy one from the store, if I buy a big system, you have to take it apart, clean it, replace pieces. All of that stuff is going to happen. So I basically built something out of repurposed materials as an experiment. You know, like this PVC pipe was repurposed that has holes in it all the way down that I can grow out of if I want. Like just to have different types of setups to practice in. But it's time to like make that next step. So I got some clones here that were being attacked by spider mites, but I keep treating it with Prime Superior, and it's slowly killing them all. They're not coming back really.
Take that thing out of there.
Yeah, well, okay. But then I got these over here that are looking pretty healthy, and they were all just tops that I'd cut off and just stuck in here. The same with these ones back here that are in this. This is a piece of siding. This is a water grow bed in there. So it's all just like hodgepodge stuff, just seeing what I can do with what, repurposed ice cream bucket, repurposed muffin container with some carrots in it. I got some rainbow peppers in here. They love that fish water, actually. The rainbow peppers do. I got what's left of a radish over here. I'm just seeing if I can get it to come back. So like it's a lot of experimenting and learning and
just
to mess around.
That one as a microgreen? Is that a microgreen tray? Or?
It was a microgreen tray, yeah, but I let it grow so big that it ended up like making flowers on it and stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, that's just some of the little stuff I'm messing around with. It's not really, it's nothing that I'm spending any time on. You know what I'm saying? Um, I do have a lot of babies in here now. There's a lot of fish now that with a ton of little babies. Now this isn't. It's not very. They're not very big, but there's a lot of them. So I think they're going to make more nutrients the more fish I have. Right. It's still probably not going to be worth it. So what I need. That's 100 gallons. I'm going to get fish that I can, like big edible fish I can put in there. Not a whole bunch, but half dozen or so. And that's going to give me a more diverse, microbial, bacterial base. Let's see. All right, I think that's it, SteveO, if you want to boot me.
Big action. Let's see.
Just coming back over here. There we are. Yeah, I have the other plants in the other room, but that's okay. They just need a feed. I'm going to feed them tonight, I think. But that's all I had, guys. Got an echo here. Yeah, I definitely need to get moving with the microgreens. Now, here's an issue, though. The restaurants is the best way, like you said. You said it already, so it's not really an issue. But a lot of people talk about farmers markets and I could go to events and things. But there's a season for that. That's not.
I'd
all
even
year.
say restaurants are a good idea. I'd even say having a personal client base is just so invaluable. People who will buy on a weekly basis, you get yourself a subscription going, like a bi-weekly subscription to buy your microgreens from you, or weekly. That's so invaluable.
Have you shipped microgreens very far?
I've
like
never
how would you ship microgreens? Like would I ship them still growing? Like I know people ship clones, but I wouldn't ship them either. So
I wouldn't ship them. No.
So it would have to be like local.
Too unpredictable.
It's all local. Like you can do things with the excess microgreens if you're worried about having too much. If that's why you wanted to worry about shipping them or broaden your horizons.
I just thought of having the biggest local subscription base or whatever. If it got too far away.
Yeah, you'd have to either hire more drivers then to it'd have to be as close as possible. But there are ways
and I thought about that, having like a refrigerated truck and stuff like that. I actually have this sort of a fantasy, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think this would make sense. But almost like an ice cream truck that travels around and in neighborhoods, and it has tasty treats that are a lot more healthy for you, like microgreens mixed in with like you could make like characters out of like fruits and things. Like there could be a culinary sort of angle to making fun looking fruits and vegetables for kids. Like I don't know, it's a thought. It's a thought.
You told me that idea, dude, a while ago. I can't believe you're saying this on a live stream right now. Like you guys just pretend you never had that idea. I think that's the most amazing idea ever. Like
I don't know when I would ever implement such a thing. That's one of the reasons why I just spew my ideas out, because it's like I work on a certain speed, and if I push myself too hard, I get too much anxiety, and I have way more ideas than my speed would allow me to ever. It's like maybe one day with everything.
See, we complement each other in that way, because because I'm around you, it makes me try to think quicker too. It's all about your circle sometimes. You want to surround yourself with people that want to make you better, right?
Always.
And that's what I mean. It just helps. It really does.
Well, you're right. I need to keep some things more close to the vest. But I also I don't know. I also am excited to push other people to do these things, because I think too many people get stuck at home in this cycle of I have to work the 9 to 5. I have to work for the stereotypical a-hole boss that really just gets on my nerves every day. And they don't realize that there might be an out that they could slowly work on the side. You have a lot of people now that we see, even more people every day, making handmade items, doing things to get into this whole. Ash and Dreadful definitely have a kind of a what's the word? Not just the community, but like it's like a tradition now with all of these local or these community handmade businesses that are all chipping in for this Grow Fam box. Everyone, the question mark, the mysterious box that you get, and you're like, what's in this box? And that's created such a buzz. I'm seeing tons of other people in their boxes, right? But that's also all helps everyone because it's all within the community, within people doing the handmade, doing something to get away from that 9 to 5. And that's one of the things I love about your system. I guess the system is the right way to put it, because it's like a snake eating itself, but in some sort of a good way. You know what I mean?
Well,
Anyway.
even just in your friend system, Dan's mentioning now that he's in Quincy, and he would buy some of your microgreens to sell at his farmers market.
Oh, I see. I didn't. I wasn't.
There's a
reading that
resource right there. Yeah.
Yeah. See, there you go. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I should do that. I'm gonna actually. So, not to. I guess we're getting off on whatever tangent we want at this point, but I actually want to incorporate the restaurants that I've done reviews for. So I go do reviews, get in good with these restaurants, do a show about their place, and then hit them up later about hey, could you use some of this product or whatever, because that gives them a little bit of an idea of who I am. They've seen me online. I'm not just some question mark. I've been there before. I've done work with them sort of in some small way, if it's not just a review. But anyway, it's gonna work out. Anyway, again, here I am just laying it all out there. So you guys,
Well, congratulations on winning the bong. That was a good one.
Terry. That's what I was actually just going to look at. So we got Terry Breiler winning this cut bong. Terry, if you're close by, let me know. It'd be great to give it to somebody. I also have a bag of Two Goose soil to give away, but that's kind of tough to give away. I'm not shipping that somewhere.
All right.
Ash, is there another? Oh, sorry. Did you say something?
I'll say I'm going to grab me some next time I'm down in the area. I'm going to grab some of that Two Goose soil. Ash, what would you recommend for a good soil that you, other than making your own, if you can't do that?
Like you just want to buy it, right?
Well,
already kind of mixed.
I actually would like to, for the number of plants that I do, the small number, I would still like to be able to mix my own soil because I think it's better to mix different types, but I'd still have to buy it to mix it, right? I'd have to buy the different kinds.
Yeah, I would buy a bale of Pro Mix. It's cheap enough, and you can just start with that, and then you can get amendments for it.
Oh, I've looked into that.
You can probably look up formulas, right?
Yeah, I can send you. I mean, you can even take your Wizard tea and you can put that mix it right with your Pro Mix, and there's your soil.
Wow.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I want to be totally organic. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then you can feed it as a supplement. So it's
now which one though? The HP or?
I like the BX. It has a antibacterial in it already, so you're not going to have it suppresses fungus gnats, and it suppresses bacterial diseases like root diseases as well.
Okay. So you guys all heard that the BX, that's a good soil if you have to buy it.
BX or MB. HP doesn't have it in it.
Okay.
Yeah. You grow in ground, don't you? Or probably some of both, or?
No, I don't grow in ground unless it's vegetables. Cannabis out here,
okay.
I mostly grow above ground until we can get our ground right. Like if you can see, like I did in the last Motivation Monday, there's some mustard grounds or mustard growing out there because there's native fusarium out here. So that takes care of the fusarium. It immobilizes it and will be able to grow in the ground in a few years. Also, we're going to grow brassica grasses out there to like mitigate the hard pan we have here, because there's a very shallow hard pan. So you can only go so deep. So cannabis roots really need to penetrate really deep, or else they're not going to survive. So if you're digging in here, that they'll die. So we have to use above ground containers for the first couple of years until we can get softer soil, so to speak.
Sure, but they sit, but the pots sit on the ground.
They ideally
they
sit
are
on
they?
pallets.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I wondered, because I'm thinking about putting some outside, and I don't want to just set them out there. Want to get them off the ground. Well, Ash, we're over our usual time, bro, and I could talk to you all night. Honestly, I feel like I was so all over the place on the interview because I didn't want it to be like so too cut and dry and just something that was because like I look at you as like a don't take offense, but expert. Whether you think you are or not, but you're one of our grow pals. I don't know, maybe that's a simpler way to, but we want to get people like you on as our third chair, give you this interview as well too, obviously, but just have somebody to hang out with while we're showing our journey, to get some pointers, get some thoughts, get that extra point of view, and that's what we're here trying to do. So thanks again for coming, guys, and I think almost everybody here is already in there, but if you're not, guys, go check them out. Grow Fam, definitely check them out, guys, and go follow the Grow Fam Homestead, because that's the public page, and that's going to be where we're trying to get out there, getting that reach out away further from the private group. So yeah, check that out too. SteveO, do you have anything else for our guests before we wrap it up?
No, I just want to say thank you as well. I feel honored to have you as a guest, and your advice is always appreciated and well taken, and also well respected. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Have a great night.
All right, you too, sir.
Thanks, everybody.